Echo and Narcissus. Narcissus, the son of the river god Cephissus, and the nymph Liriope of Thespia, was a very handsome young man. But his heart was proud and cruel. He didn't love anyone. One day he was hunting on the mountain Cipharon and drove a beautiful young deer into his nets. The young nymph Echo saw a slender young hunter, fell in love with him, and secretly followed him through the mountains, forests, and valleys. But the nymph Echo was punished by Hera. She could not speak first, and could not remain silent when others were talking. She wanted to tell the young man a kind word, but doomed to remain silent, she waited until he had something to say in order to respond to his words. Walking in the dense mountain forest, Narcissus had gone astray and fell behind of his comrades. Looking around and seeing that no one was around, he shouted, "Is anyone here?" "Here," Echo replied. The young man Narcissus stopped and looked around and shouted, "Come here!" "Here," the mysterious voice replied. Narcissus looked around again. He saw no one. "Why are you chasing me?" he said, and the voice replied, "Chasing after me." "Come here, let's be friends," Narcissus cried, and the voice gently replied, "Let's be friends." And the nymph Echo appeared from the thick forest and began to beckon him with her hand. But Narcissus started running away from her, and while running away he shouted, "I never make friends with you." And Echo answered, "Make friends with you." Suddenly she disappeared into the dense forest and hid in embarrassment in the face of the green branches of trees. Since then she hid in the deserted caves and ravines, and hid her sadness about the handsome Narcissus. And from the sadness her face got covered with wrinkles. She lost weight, and only her voice was left. But her voice remained as it was, the young and clear, and her body, little by little, turned into a rock. The voice of Echo is heard in the woods, on mountains, and in groves, and although it is impossible to see her, but everyone can hear her. Other nymphs, too, fell in love with the cruel, heartless young man Narcissus, but he did not love anybody. And they said then, "Let no one love him." Once, on a sultry summer afternoon, Narcissus was hunting on Mount Helicon, and was tired, walked quietly to a clear stream that flowed under the canopy of lush trees. He lay down on the grass beside the stream, and thirsty, bent down to drink. And suddenly he saw in the light of the water a handsome young man. It was his reflection. And as he was chained by some miraculous power, he looked and could not get enough of the beautiful face of the youth, not knowing that he had fell in love with himself. His eyes could not stop looking at the reflection in the water, and his lips kissed the cold jets. He stretched out his arms and hugged bright waters of the stream. He did not eat, drink, and could not sleep, talking to his reflection. "Get out of the water, handsome young man. I know you love me. You kiss me and hug me. When I embrace you, I smile, and you smile in response. I'm crying. You cry too. But sorrow is that you can see I love myself." Narcissus leaned over the water, sat still, and stared at the light stream. And each day his strength was going away. He cried and said, "Woe to me! Woe!" And the nymph Echo, who was still in love with the young man, replied, "Woe! Woe!" Narcissus sighed, and Echo sighed after him. And Narcissus bent down on the grass, his weary head, and died. After learning of his death, the forest dryads cried, and Echo wept bitterly. They gathered to bury Narcissus, and sought his body, but they couldn't find it. A beautiful, cool, well-proportioned flower with white petals grew where the young man bowed his head on the grass, and people call it Narcissus.